Now let's welcome Erica Roberts, nurse practitioner with Novant Health Gastroenterology here at Brunswick. Welcome to the show today, Erica.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk.
Great to have you. You do a really important job over there at GI, so I'm excited to get into this. This is a special month for us, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your background and where you came from.
So I have been a nurse for almost 7 years. My whole career has been with Novant, which has been fantastic.
That's great.
Yeah, I grew up in St. Louis, but we lived in Charlotte, and I went to school at Rowan Cabarrus Community College to start. And then App State, and then I went to Maryville University to get my nurse practitioner. So it's been a fun ride.
Yeah. Did you always want to be a nurse practitioner?
I think initially I never, when I was 17, 18, there was no way.
Of course.
But as I grew older, it really did start intriguing me. And the more I learned about healthcare, the more I wanted to advance my career and be able to help people.
Oh, that's a good story. How in the world did you focus on gastroenterology? Were you always interested in that?
No, to be honest, I didn't know where I was going to fall during school. The best part about starting in the emergency department is you have such a wide variety of things, and gastroenterology is a lot of those things.
Oh, yeah.
Abdominal pain and the gambit of things, and it has so many opportunities for me to learn. I actually really love it.
Oh. I'm sure you see a lot of the same conditions. What are some of the most
Prominent.
common? Yeah.
I would say for the most part, we see things anywhere from, acid reflux to,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
yeah, constipation, diarrhea. Then you go all the way to the other gambit, and you have people with some chronic liver diseases and inflammatory bowel disease. So it is a wide variety of things.
You have two gastroenterologists at the clinic, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Dr.
Yes.
Futch and Dr. Andrews.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. They're both fantastic.
Yeah,
Great
they're
way to learn.
Great doctors. Let's talk a little bit about colonoscopy. Not my favorite topic, but
No, yeah. Yeah.
I know that I think they've gotten the age is now younger when you start having colonoscopies.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yeah, so now age 45, unless you have some sort of family history, but traditionally screening will be 45 years and older.
Is that because younger people are showing up with?
I think the preventative portion of it is the most important. It's not so much that we're seeing a dramatic shift of younger people, but if we can stop any progression, and that's a great thing about having a screening colon, because you're able to, if you have a polyp or something along those lines, we're able to intervene immediately.
So how often do you need a screening colonoscopy?
So if you have your initial colonoscopy and it is completely benign, there's nothing in there, every 10 years.
Every 10 years?
Yeah. Depending on what they find when they do colonoscopy, it can be more frequent. Family history, so first degree, mom, dad, sister, brother, or children, every 5 years.
Every 5 years?
Yeah.
And some people even have to have them more frequently. Is that correct? Like 3 years? Or?
Yes, you can do them as little as several months depending on what they find, but that's not very common.
What is the cutoff age? Isn't there a certain age where you don't need them anymore?
So traditionally, they're not recommended after the age of 76. However, people are living longer.
That's true.
Everybody's medical background or history is different. So, it's not an absolute. It's just a recommendation.
Okay. So like we said, March is colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. So let's talk about what we can do to reduce the risk of colon cancer.
Sure, absolutely. Some of the best things to do, avoid alcohol, smoking, avoid smoking, of course, get exercise.
How about eating? Do foods?
I think it's important to make sure that we are trying to eat healthy, whole grains. Fiber is a big thing when it comes to gastro health. Big time fiber.
Big time fiber.
Yes, fiber is where it's at.
Right?
No, yeah, exactly. We prefer fresh fruits and vegetables, but if you need it, it's definitely there. So yeah, 20 grams of fiber a day at least.
That's a lot.
It is, but it works so good. It makes such a difference in people's lives. I mean, I do it every day. We have conversations about that. So it really does make a difference. It's good.
Wow. What are some of the most common signs and symptoms? What should we be looking out for?
So I think it's really important if you have any type of rectal bleeding, any blood in your stool, dramatic changes in your bowel habits. Those are important. You know, colon cancer, it's kind of sneaky. There isn't like one thing that says, hey, this is it. So just being very careful and being aware and you know, minding yourself. And if you have any weakness, all of a sudden weakness or unintentional weight loss, those are things definitely to speak to your provider about and try to get kind of going on whether you need screening or if there's additional things that need to be done.
Do we need a referral?
I don't believe that many insurance companies are requiring referral, but I'm not 100%, and it really will have to be kind of dependent on what your
kind of insurance you have.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. How about probiotics? Are those good for you?
So probiotics is kind of hard to say because there is not
Not a lot of data on that?
There's not, and there's not a lot of specific scientific data on one variety or one strain versus the other.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for me to make a recommendation. I usually say, you know, if it provides you with some good relief of symptoms, okay. I don't think that it's
Won't hurt
necessary.
you, but
I don't think it's necessarily
helps you.
harmful.
As a side note, my dog is on probiotics.
Hey, I mean,
I'm serious.
Yeah, I don't think that's like.
She has pancreatitis a lot,
Oh,
so
bless her
they've
heart.
put her on these probiotics. So I thought, well, if they're
Is it
good for her,
working?
maybe they'll be good for me.
Yeah, I say get natural probiotics, so fermented foods, yogurts, things like that. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, so much good information,
Thank you. I
Erica. It's been
appreciate it.
such a pleasure having you here,
Thank
and I
you.
hope you'll come back at a later date and we
Absolutely.
can talk about something else GI related.
We could talk about liver. Let's talk about liver.
Okay.
It's
Sounds
less
good.
gross.
Sounds good to me. Thanks again for being here
All
today.
right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.